See, we gonna turn it up like this and do it real righteous on this edition of High Level Radio. We back, baby. I'm Brandon in the building. What's up, universe? All you people out there listening on a Friday night. Some of y'all ain't going to the club. Some of y'all might be at a club. Some of y'all might even be, you know what? Hey, I'm about to protest the club because of the guests we got on. We just ain't even go. We just gonna let this man talk about his business and what he got going on. So, of course, I want to make sure that I thank everybody worldwide in the States, everybody that's tuning in and has tuned in for as long as y'all have. So we good, people. Not only are we good, we got a guest. We got a good guest. We're about to see what the hell is up with this guy. Haven't chopped it up with this man in a minute, but you know what I'm saying? It goes by the name of King JR, but a lot of people know him as Bobby Brown Jr., but, you know, I'd call him the King right now. Not Don King, but the King. King JR in the building on High Level Radio. What's up, sir?
What's up? It's your boy King. You know, I'm just chilling right now. Moved out to Cali about, 2 months ago, so I'm just getting used to everything, just adjusting. I'm feeling good, though, as usual.
Are you back out here for good now? You back out here for good?
Yeah, I'm back out here for good. Yep, I'm out here for good now.
Oh shit, here we go, man. Hey, I'm down. I'm up a little bit above you, man. I know you down in Southern California, right?
Yeah, I'm in the Valley.
Okay. So we gonna have to, man. If you back home this way, man, we definitely gonna have to connect, man, for sure. So I want to welcome you, bud, to High Level Radio. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Your fans. Hey, before I even start asking you some questions, man, you know your fans is. Man, you got some ill fans, man. I mean, you even got a lot of, of course, Bobby Brown being your dad, but, you got a lot of New Edition supporters and, diehard King JR fans and shit like that, man. You know it was turned up like that?
I didn't even know it was going to be turned up like that, but, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm just taking it all in, I started this out of the love of, pure love of the music, so I'm really just taking it all in, really.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And before we get into a lot of the stuff that you got going on currently and, stuff, I mean, real shout out, big shout out to the videos that you, man, I seen some of your videos, man. You be getting it in, dude. Like, you be getting it in, man. I got to give you more props, bro.
I'll be trying to do my thing. I'll be trying to do my thing, I'll be trying to raise the bar when I do my shit, so.
You the man, though. You the man. Hey, so when you hooked up with the homie Yachty, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, how'd y'all get together to be able to, just get a lot of what you got going on rocking right now? Like, explain to the listeners about, how y'all collabed and got together to make some hits.
Well, basically, when I got together with Yachty, he's my older cousin, so basically, I respected him musically already, so after respected music and after respected I know how he moves, I asked him if he wanted to take the bigger step and the further step into managing me, and he took the position. So ever since then, we just been moving, just working, just making it happen. Really, I got a project coming out October 31st on Halloween called Champagne Nightmares. So really, we've just been working on that, and then I also got an EP coming out. So we've been as we're working on Champagne Nightmares, we're also working on the EP, so everything's really just falling into place, really. So everything's all a blessing, Having Yachty on the team is just a more blessing. His family, so keeping it in the family is always even better.
So you got your cousin, managing your movements and stuff like that or whatever. Are you getting any advice from Pops too, though?
He's giving me advice here and there.
Okay. What's some of the things he actually, kind of let you in on as far as how the music game is?
He just tells me to stay true to myself. This is something he always tells me. Whenever I ask him anything, he just tells me to stay true to myself and don't let anyone walk all over me and don't ever lean on anyone for someone. Don't depend on anyone for anything because, that just messes up in the long run. So I just take that the way I want to take it, and I just think off of it. You feel me?
I got you. And one of the things that I gotta tell you, like, listening to your music and watching your videos and just watching your grind. I mean, first off, man, props to you for being authentic, because you ain't trying to sound like Jay-Z or Drake or whatever.
Exactly.
I mean, even though you real versatile, you know, doing
like
the singing and the MCing and shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to sound like them dudes, or you ain't trying to sound like the next mainstream head. So my question is, like, when you first started developing your rap skills, like, you know, what was the blueprint and how you wanted to kind of, like, you know, change the game with your flow and how you wanted to come across to the you know, to the fan base and to the new people?
To come across and like when I you know, when I started studying rap, it was like when I first started, it was like me and my friend, and we would sit there and rap about like swag and stuff like that. So I went through the whole swag phase, and then I realized I didn't want to do that. I wanted to, you know, be more lyrical. So then, you know, I got into the style that I have now, which is it's pretty unique. Basically, I like to paint pictures with like the stories I rap about, and then just, you know, it's very different. I think it's very different.
That's why I'm giving you props too, man. I mean, it's different because I mean, in a time and an age, man, where you know, a lot of people are copying styles and a lot of people are trying to sound like the next hottest dude or the hottest chick. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be able to hear something different. You know what I'm saying? And your style is different. So I mean, when you started, like you said, you started studying just kind of like the art form of being an MC, but you sing too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I also sing. So that was another thing. So I like when I started off, I had to think of a way to where I can sing and I can rap on the track, and it would just be straight through smooth. So I went through it like it took me about like, you know, a year and a half for me to really figure out like exactly my exact sound. But as soon as I figured it out, like I just ran with it. So I'm now my rap shit, basically how I'm coming off on it. My name's King JR, so I'm coming off like a king. I'm trying to, you know, encourage my community, like the black community, that like we've been suppressed and stuff like just, you know, a lot of stuff's gonna speak in my music. I'm not gonna speak on too much, you know. Just I believe that we're all kings and queens, and you know, we just gotta figure out what we are put on this earth to do. And once everybody figures that out, you know, everybody feels like kings and queens. So that's why I call myself.
And that's the thing that, and we had an interview with an actress, Nikki Michaud, and she kind of mentioned that too. Like when it comes down to it, like I mean, a lot of people don't talk about the fact that, you know, a lot of black men, black women back in the day, like back in the day, were kings and queens. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't talk about that. So you know, I mean, you know, for you and anybody just kind of like throw that out there. I mean, to me, that seemed like you a study of you know, just life movement, not just, you know, modern day, but also, you know a lot about your history.
I know a lot about, you know, that's my favorite. That was always my favorite subject in school. So, you know, I know a lot about my history, and I know a lot about history in general, and especially music history. So, you know, just my whole life experience was really just retraining for what I want to do, for what I'm about to do.
So here we are in 2013. And the music industry is definitely not like it used to be when it comes to just, you know, the record labels. And, you know, since you are a history buff of music, then you know how it was. Like a lot of people's excitement they used to hear when they used to turn on the radio and hear themselves or the group for the first time. And you know what I'm saying? You know,
there used to be way more excitement, even down to performances. Performances used to be way more exciting. Even like the award shows were way more exciting. Everything was just music in general used to be just more exciting than it is now. Everything's just about the turn up, and everybody really promotes on like what like the rap is about. Like of course, like you can promote that, but you gotta let the audience know that it's at the same time it's entertainment. So you gotta let them know the real. And I think rappers are forgetting to let the people know what the real is, because you know, when you don't speak the real for so long, it just changes everybody's childhood. So you coming down to me 30 years later, and then like kids that are strictly on the turn up, and that's not good. You know. So I like to promote the real, and I like to promote the turn up, because at the same time that's pure entertainment. So at the same time, you just gotta know how to basically mix both of them together.
Do you feel like it's ran more of a machine now with no feelings, like literally, as opposed to how it used to be?
I think a lot of artists are like that, strictly just making songs, to glorify what they do, and really, music didn't start off glorifying what they do. Music started off how you love to do it, like what you love doing, just stuff like that. And I feel like artists nowadays really just brag a lot. So the way I do my tracks is I'm doing them a certain way. I'm putting everything out a certain way. For right now, I'm putting everything out a certain way. So when my mixtape comes out, people are like, "Oh shit, he went a completely different direction than I thought he was gonna go with it."
Right. Yeah, I think you gotta have a little bit of bragging and boasting in your joints, but also you gotta have certain things that certain people can relate to. Like,
when you gotta know when to turn it down so you can speak the real, and at the same time, you just need to be real on a lot of tracks. And I know there's a lot of rappers that talk a lot of shit that just don't do shit. So if you don't do certain things, you shouldn't try to carry yourself that way. You should just be real.
Exactly.
So that's personally how I was brought up. So I'm coming in the game like a king. So that's just how I carry myself at all times.
As you should. I think everybody should. Just like the women out there, y'all need to carry it like queens too.
Exactly. Queens. Bad bitches is not the movement.
For sure, you know what I'm saying? Kid JR, a.k.a. Bobby Brown Jr. is on High Level Radio tonight via Nexxlegacy Radio. And, I mean, are you pushing towards trying to get something to work with as far as a major deal, or are you just pretty much just loving the independent grind right now?
Right now, I really like the independent grind. I like doing everything on my own. I mean, when I get to a point, if maybe a major label's talking, enough money to the point where I think it's a good deal, then maybe I'll take it. But right now, I'm content with what I'm doing right now. I'm very focused on my plan and everything, everything's falling into place. So,
but
I can't say that I'm looking for a major deal right now. I can't say that. I think I'm grinding with my team.
But even if you was approached, I mean, if somebody approached you, and I'm pretty sure you're like me, as far as in this entertainment business, if you come in and knock on my door, that means I got something going on that you want. So I feel like personally, I have more say and more control over the situation than you.
Exactly,
I don't care what kind of deal you got, right?
Yep.
And I think that's important for a lot of the young independents, because to me I like the independent game because.
But the thing is, you also have to have the power within you to turn down the deal. You have to have that power because if someone wants something you have, you can't always give it up, because if you think about it in the history form, plenty of people wanted something they needed, and it was like slavery. It's like, people are saying it's newborn slavery, so, I'm not really going for that. I know I can make something happen on my own. So if a label comes at me like they need me, then clearly they need me more than I need them.
Right.
That's how I look at it, and that's how I'm going to look at it for the rest of my career. So I don't know. I'm gonna do great things with music. That's all I can say.
That's because it ain't no quit in you, man. I mean, it's always been like that, watching you do what you do. And my question to you is, I don't know if you ever had a question like this before, ever in your career so far, but if you had to choose between singing and being a rapper, what would you choose, and why would you choose it?
Oh no!
If you had no choice,
I would just be a writer. I would just be a writer. Because I'm a writer before I'm anything.
Wait, what? So you just, if you had to choose one, you just won't choose them all. You just write.
Yeah, I would just write, because I love to do both of them. I truly love to do both of them, and I love to dance. So if I can't sing, and then I can't rap, or I can't do one of or the other, it's like a missing piece. So I'll just write. I'll write.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I respect that too, though. See, you just then took my question and just gave me something I wasn't even expecting, bruh. Like you on your thing tonight on this show, which is High Level Radio with my man King Jr. And what about any other things that you like to do? Like, I mean, I know you just don't sing, you just don't rap. I know you got other things that you like to do. You into acting?
I tried acting for a little bit, but mainly my focus is on right now dancing and getting my everything ready so my performances can be on, because one of my main things I want to do with performances is, bring them back to how Michael Jackson used to put it down, like how freaking my father used to put it down back in the day, I'm just trying to bring the real feel of music and the adrenaline back to the stage, because a lot of people, they don't do that no more, so that's what I'm trying to bring back.
Okay. And if you could take one thing from everything that you've learned in the business today and bottle it up and tell these young kids that's trying to do exactly what you're doing right now, if you was to give them some real explicit game, what would you give these young men and women out there that's trying to, not just do what you do, but trying to get into anything on an entertainment level?
When you're trying to do anything, not even just for entertaining, when you have a dream, let me tell you something. When you have a dream, don't ever, for anyone, do not ever give that up. That's what we live for. They try to tell you that's not what we live for, but dreams is what we live for. So once you give up a dream, you become a zombie to what they want you to believe. So believe what you want to believe, and take that dream with you, and do not ever give it up, and just work on it. And I tell this because my father tells me this: stay true to yourself at all times with anything you do, and it will work out for you in the end of it, basically.
It's game right there, though. Game, explicit. So that's what it is. And what about the kids in schools that don't have the music classes like they used to? Like, what about certain communities that I'm pretty sure being where you from, and now that you out here in California full time, and you know how rugged these school systems are. It's definitely not how it used to be when we was growing up. So my question, because actually Bobby just dropped off, but as soon as we get him back, I'll throw that question back out there. It's High Level Radio. I'm Brandy here with my man KJR, aka Bobby Brown Jr. And one thing that I kind of feel is important too, that we definitely need to talk about more, is there's a lot of aspiring kids out there that loves music. And when I say music, I'm talking about these kids love their as far as instruments, they love to play the instruments, drums. They love to do all this stuff, but some of these schools they're not really focusing on that like they used to when I was growing up, at least. And I think it's important that we got to bring the importance of having music back in these schools, and people could be able to do it, because it used to be one thing. I mean, honestly, when I grew up, I took it for granted, because I used to hate playing the flute. Got on my nerves. Trombone, I tried that too. Didn't work for me. Didn't feel it. I was just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a lot of people know this by knowing the shows that I do. Shout out to my grandma for pushing me and putting me through, the piano things and stuff like that or whatever. So I had to rock that. And, it was easy for me. And it was just like, at least one instrument in your lifetime that I kind of feel like you should be able to rock or have is definitely important. And to me, like, thinking back, I'm like, man, I'm just glad I was able to learn that. But it's a lot of kids that really want to try, and not just in hood communities, but elsewhere in a lot of different places that feel like, at the end of the day, I want to play the piano, but I don't have one in my mama house or my daddy house or my mama and my daddy house. They don't have it in school either. So, it's a lot of these young kids really don't know where to go. And I think that's just kind of sad, though. So, at the end of it all, I just kind of feel like, we got to make sure that we bring some of this stuff back, or at least let people be aware of the fact that there is a lot of our younger kids that definitely needs opportunities to be able to have these instruments, or even singing too. I mean, you know, let's just keep it real. I mean, even singing, you know, rap music, I would throw that in there too. You know, as long as, you know, there's people out there that should be able to have it. There should be there more schools for the arts. You know what I mean? Like kids with opportunities, because I guarantee you, if kids are more constructive with their actions, you know, you would probably see a lot less hands-on violent activity going out in the streets, because you know what? Hey, you know what? Hanging out in a street corner or going to try to learn how to make beats. I think I'm going to go learn how to make beats because it's fun. And that's a passion that I know a lot of these younger kids have too at the end of the day. So, you know, hey, but we waiting on Mr. Bobby Brown Jr., a.k.a. King JR, to come back. I'm going to leak one of his songs because, you know, on the off chance that his phone completely died and he's not able to come back on, we're going to see what it is. But this is High Level Radio. I'm going to leak Champagne Nightmares, and like you said, that's coming off his Halloween album. So, you know, let's scope this out and let's rock with it right here. King JR, Champagne Nightmares on High Level Radio.
Like you don't care, we about to have a champagne nightmare. Put your glass in the air, like you don't care. We about to have a champagne nightmare. Turning dreams to reality, dreams to reality. Girl, put your glass in the air, like you don't care. We about to have a champagne nightmare. Please excuse me, I'm just trying to get a better view. Wasting time with these bros trying to get to you. Got me fucked up cause I'm trying to see the better you. Cause I feel the realest when I'm spending time with you. And other girls tell me things that I wanna hear. Oh, because I might blow up and disappear. Keep a nigga on his side and pretend to care. So now the nigga on his side wanna shoot the fair. But I won't waste my time on a whole nigga. I just leave that action for them Joe niggas. Give them time, then they senses start to come around. Cause a hoe gon' be a hoe, but still gon' hold you down, yeah. Even if everything ain't perfect, I know I'm doing everything I do to make it worth it. Staying humble through it all. No fame bound at the up in the Hall of Fame. No fame.
We high tonight, High Level Radio, Branded in the building. It's my man, King JR, a.k.a. Bobby Brown Jr., that's Champagne Nightmares. That's off that album he talking about dropping October 31st, Halloween. Pretty sure it's a Halloween night.